She was returned to me from the specialty court. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm going to adjourn the case. We're going to come in person. Yeah, we're gonna come in person. We're all gonna come in person. Yeah. Because Miss Thomas Orr doesn't want to do this. Child, she don't want to do this. Well, let me see. What was the last thing I did on here?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if you recall that Thomas Orr was sentenced to 45 days in Wayne County Jail, I believe by this court. And today was the date to get her resentenced and back on track for.
Did she do the 45 days?
I believe that she did about 10 days, and then
that doesn't comply with the court's order. That doesn't comply with the court's order. You know, I try to tell my people, when the jail try to set you free, tell them don't. If I said 45 days, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. If I said 45 days, I didn't mean 10. I meant 45. So unless the jail is going to tell me and why they let her out in 10 days instead of 45 days, she's going back for 35 more days. She couldn't have possibly earned good time credit in 10 days.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that you actually allowed her to be released early.
Oh, I did. Prove it to me. What'd I do? I brought her back in and said she could go.
That's my understanding.
Let me see. Mr. Flanagan, I don't have my because you see me fussing at the jail. She was getting ready to go back for 35 days. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I should be fussing at myself. Hold on.
Should be fussing at us for arguing so strong for Miss Thomas Orr.
Hey, no, I'm never going to fuss at you all for doing that. So I said, okay, I was going to set the 45 days. All right. And then I said no credit for prior time served. No, I said no early release, no work release. I said that. Okay, then you all not being honest. See how y'all, I mean, I shouldn't say that. You going by what you thought. But hold on. Okay, so on October, no, that doesn't make sense right there. October 3rd. Oh, yeah. October 3rd, she came before me. I gave her the 35 days. Then I said all of that stuff I said. And then she came back. Oh, October 13th. Oh, yeah, I probably did it. I did it. All right. So October 13th, she came back to me on review. And then let's see what I did. Okay, then I held it in abeyance. But can y'all go in there and correct that? I'm such a stickler for stuff, but right under October 13th, when it's supposed to say held in abeyance, just correct that sentence. And then now she's here. So now let me address this. So now let me tell you why this is still not good. So that was back in October. It's January. Mr. Sciotti said he ain't seen her.
So, Your Honor, she has been contacting the probation department, and they keep telling her that she's not sentenced yet. In the register of action that I have, it says that she's supposed to be resentenced. And she came in November when you were on leave, and Judge Baltimore just adjourned it to now so that you could handle this situation for her to be resentenced.
I don't even know what that. So let me tell y'all, first of all, I'm not. I indicated, and I guess I have to get the thing or whatever. Hold on. So I'm looking at October the 13th, and I said, I was going to set the terms November 15th. So let's be clear. It was no resentencing. So I don't even know what that means. I don't know why somebody's saying resentencing, but I reinstated her probation. That's the sentence. And then the terms were going to be set on November 15th. And then I wasn't here, and Judge Baltimore said he wasn't setting no terms, but instead of having her come back in December, he came back all the way in January. That doesn't make sense. Okay. So nonetheless, because she's been doing nothing for 2 months.
So actually, she has been doing things. It's just that she hasn't had the terms yet to know what the court was expecting. She's working, and at Universal Coding, she sees a substance abuse counselor and doing drug and alcohol drives with a substance abuse counselor. Other than that, she's not aware of any terms set by the court, and she has been contacting the probation department, but they keep telling her that she hasn't been sentenced, and maybe it's because she
don't use the word keep. Don't use the word keep. Don't use the word keep, because let me tell you, if they told her that one time, she ain't called back. They didn't keep telling her nothing. She didn't call back. She called them. If she called them one time, she called them, and then she didn't call them back. So they told her one time that there were no terms set, and then she said, okay. So let's set the terms and conditions of probation.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, on the Register of Actions for the last date that I can see is September 25th, where she was scheduled for sentencing for October 3rd. But at the bottom of that date, it says that the defendant was terminated from drug treatment court per Judge Holmes, sent back to original judge to be resentenced. That's where the term for the resentencing comes
and
from.
I already resentenced her. What I'm saying is, and then I resentenced her. So you got to go past that date. I resentenced her to 45 days in the Wayne County Jail. 10 days she served, 35 days held in abeyance, and then why is this not coming out? So I resentenced her. And then I said the other terms would be set at that review date. And so she was sentenced. Nobody's out there not sentenced. And then I don't know why Judge Holmes' clerk would put in resentence. I don't know why they would do that, but I can't go by that, what they put in the Register of Action. I can't go by that. I keep telling everybody, including probation, the Register of Action doesn't. What's that? That's nothing. That's some information that the clerks put in. They could put in whatever they want to put in. So if the clerk had put in 1,000 days in the Wayne County Jail, everybody would say, "Oh, the judge sentenced her to 1,000 days in the Wayne County Jail." Of course not. That would have been a mistake on the clerk's part. So I don't go by what the clerk puts in the Register of Action, because the Register of Action is just a guide. It's just something that go by. If anybody want to know what I did or said, that comes through the court reporter. That comes through the official record of the court reporter. But nonetheless, with respect to the additional conditions of probation, where she was only on for 6 months, that's why I don't understand why the date would have been given so far down the line if it was wanting to wait for me to impose the additional conditions. Why would we then let 3 months of the 6-month probation go away? That doesn't make sense. But ma'am, stop shaking your head and stuff, because you wouldn't even be here if you had complied with Judge Holmes. So don't act like nobody inconveniencing you, because we're not. You have inconvenienced us. You have dragged your feet as slow as somebody can drag their feet. You have moved at slower than a snail's pace. So all of that co-signing with me about what I'm saying, you can stop. Because this is your fault that we're here. It's your fault that you got to the place where I was gone for 30 days. That's your fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's yours. So you appear to be so quick to blame somebody else and co-sign it with somebody else, and oh yeah, the judge shouldn't have did that. No, you shouldn't have done it. You should have done what you were supposed to do. So as I was saying, I had only extended the probation for 6 months. At the time, that was in October. So we're already 3 months in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to extend it at this time past that 6-month date, because here's the thing. There's zero. Can I do a zero? Because I want y'all to zero. There's no space. And Miss Thomas Orr is really distracting me every time she put her ear up to this thing. So, I mean, one thing about it, we know that when we come to court, we have to be able to hear. Why wouldn't you get some headphones if you can't hear? It's not the first time we're doing this. Okay, so I'm not going to move it past the 6 months, because let me tell you this. She has this 3 months and the rubber has met the road, right? I'm not accepting any excuse. I don't care where she lives. I don't care if the bus don't come from Flint. I don't care if the bus, I just don't care about whatever excuse she's going to try to give me. Okay. And if she fails to comply with the terms and conditions in this 3 months, she's going to serve the 35 plus whatever else will add up to the 93. And then we're going to just close it out, because this is ridiculous. And people are trying to help you, but you don't want to be helped. And so when a person don't want to be helped, then they're just not going to be helped. And they're just going to go on, serve this little time, and keep on going through life, addicted. It's only so much we could do on a misdemeanor docket. So I'm not going to extend a lot of time and energy into something that Judge Holmes spent months trying to get Miss Thomas Orr to comply with. Now, all of a sudden, you're coming in here making it seem like she just knocking it out the ballpark. Well, she didn't even knock it to in front of the plate in drug treatment court. She kept on missing the ball completely. So let's see what she's gonna do in 3 months. But yeah, I don't have any really confidence that it's going to be done. So we're going to continue it. The final review is going to be April. So we're going to do April. April the 19th. That's in person. It's in person. It's in person. If that means that you got to leave your house at 7 o'clock in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning to get down to Detroit by 10:02, then let's leave our house at 6 o'clock in the morning so we can get to Detroit by 10:02. Mr. Flanagan, did she pay any money when she was in front of Judge Holmes? At least that's what the register reflects. So we're going to reinstate the $1,220. And previously she was ordered, I'm gonna go back up here and see her previous order from Judge Archer in 2018, before I sentenced her to drug treatment court. She was going to, she was on a 12-month probation. She was going to attend the victims impact panel. So we're simply reinstating the previous probation terms. She was going to attend the victims impact panel. I don't know what that means, 1 time per week. The victims impact panel doesn't work like that. She's going to attend a 12-step program once a week. She's going to complete the alcohol highway safety education level 1. And of course, she shall not use or possess any illegal substance, no marijuana without a valid medical marijuana card, no opiates without a valid prescription, outpatient treatment. She will continue in her outpatient treatment, random urinalysis twice a month. She shall not, of course, consume any alcohol in any form, pay any outstanding tickets, clear up any warrants. At the time, there was this dangerous driver simulator, but I don't believe they have that anymore. She's, of course, going to view the consequences video. And I suppose they have assigned Officer Schiatti to the case. So that's her probation officer. Hear me when I say, unless we run into an apocalypse, she needs to do this stuff. Hear me when I say she doesn't have any room for any excuses. Hear me when I say I'm not scheduling any review before this April 19th date. She's better get in touch with Mr. Schiatti and get to moving on this stuff. And then, of course, the 35 days is still held in abeyance. And then 93 minus 45, if she fails to do the probation, she's going to do the 45. Or I should say she's going to do the 35 plus 48. So she's going to do the 83. She's going to do 83 days if she fails to complete this. Hear me when I say April 19th is in person. Anything further, Ms. Hall?
Yes, Your Honor. I do understand that she owes $1,220 since she did serve the 10 days in the Wayne County Jail. Is it possible?
10 days was penalty. 10 days was strictly penalty. It's not credit for nothing. The 10 days was penalty. She got kicked out of drug court in stage 1 after 14 months. She got kicked out of drug court, still in stage 1. There are 5 stages. She was in stage 1 after 14 months. The 10 days was strictly a penalty. So the answer is no. Now she can get some community service, but she's not getting credit for nothing. That's penalty.
Right. Ms. Thomas, or would you be able to pay the $1,220, or would you prefer to have some of that amount converted to community service?
Well, from my understanding, I had a different price. They dropped it when I was in sobriety court to about $800 or something. So
it's not
does it change?
You did nothing. You did. Oh my goodness. You did nothing.
I'm asking. Did it change?
Okay.
I would rather just pay the money.
Okay, Your Honor.
She's gonna pay the money because that question right there just it sent my little rocket to the moon. So let me come back from the moon. Of course, nothing that Judge Holmes said. Of course, I care about nothing that happened in drug treatment court where she failed. And this right here, me looking in her ear, down her eardrum, is completely inappropriate for court. So we're going to end the hearing because she clearly can't hear us. And then you all can talk with her because I'm not going to keep looking down her eardrum.
Yes, Your Honor.
If she wants to do community service, you could bring that to Mr. Schiatti's attention.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're all set. Have a great day. Stay safe.